Well, PCOS is something many women experience, but not everyone is able to identify. Here to break down what it is and what to look out for is nutritionist Lacey Lyons. Lacey, glad to have you here with us today.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, you hear PCOS a lot. I feel like a lot of people don't really know what that is or what that means.
Yeah.
But let's just break it down for people. What is PCOS?
Yeah, so PCOS stands for polycystic ovary syndrome, and it's a hormonal disorder. And it actually affects 1 in 10 women, but about 50 to 70% women go undiagnosed.
Wow, that's crazy. So a lot more people than we realize might deal with this. Let's talk about some of the things that, if you're in maybe that 50 to 70% category, what are the things to look out for?
Yeah, definitely irregular cycles is number one. So track your cycle, and if anything is off, definitely get it checked out. Infertility, so if you've experienced, miscarriage, absolutely. Any blood work that's a little off, so like high blood sugars, high triglycerides, cholesterol, all can be a factor as well.
Okay, and you see that bottom line of the acne, that facial hair, just some of many symptoms to maybe just keep an eye out for. Do we know like the causes behind this?
Yeah, not necessarily, but insulin resistance is going to be the number one. So it doesn't necessarily cause PCOS, but it's one of the biggest contributing factors, because when our body becomes insulin resistant, it can actually trigger our ovaries to create more of that male dominant hormone, our androgen family, which is where we see the cysts start to grow on the ovaries.
Wow, that's super interesting. Yes. Okay, what else would be under like causes? I'm sure like genetics have something to do with it.
Yes, absolutely. Genetics is definitely a key point, but inflammation is going to be huge as well. I see this often with poor diet, smoking, lack of exercise, environmental factors actually, so what you put on your skin, where you live, all can be a contributing factor, but inflammation is huge.
Wow, I would have never thought of that one. It's very specific. Okay, PCOS management for the people that do know that maybe they either have these symptoms and haven't been diagnosed, or they have been diagnosed. There's hope in the matter that you can at least manage it.
Absolutely, yes. So there's not a cure for PCOS, but I love talking through diet. So definitely anti-inflammatory foods. So avoid those fried foods. Again, if you can eliminate, smoking and some of those inflammatory environmental factors, but a lot of high healthy fats, high fiber to help with the blood sugar, and insulin resistance will be huge for diet. And then exercise, absolutely start incorporating exercise to help with the insulin resistance. And then of course those lifestyle factors that we talked about.
Yeah, managing stress, natural supplements. I don't know that I would have thought of like supplements.
Absolutely, because the big thing with PCOS is just hormone support and ovulation support. So there are natural supplements that we can work through to help your body naturally support our hormones.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay, well this is all super important information. If people want to dive in with you, you have like a cool podcast that people can listen to the full depth of maybe PCOS if they want to. Absolutely.
So podcast, and then I'm also doing a live call that will be up and recorded in our Women's Wellness Virtual Clinic on all things PCOS. It's an intense topic, but there are absolutely things we can work on together to help.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, you're a super fun follow. PCOS or not, just all things health there on Instagram. We're going to play a little bit of a game of Mythbusters with Lacey on the topic of PCOS, around the biggest misconceptions. So she's going to stick around with us. You should too. Until then, you can find all that we discuss on PCOS over on our website, cnliving.tv.